the bone.
Are you ready? All right, everybody.
Pay attention.
It starts here.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show.
The conversation is about to get louder. You're listening to Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, Lisa and JoJo. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts and sports. Get ready for Miggs and Swig. Life out loud.
Let's get the show on the road.
And just like that, there were two. It's like back to the beginning. Hey, everybody, Miggs and Swig Show. This is Don Miggs, and with me, just like we were when we started this whole venture several years ago, JoJo, it's just you and I today.
That's it.
It's so
you okay
damn
with
exciting.
that? Is it?
Yeah, you know what? When Lisa said she wasn't feeling so great, I said, you know what, don't do the show. And she was like, I was that quick to say, she's like, you really? I said, no, Ben's not doing it. It'll just be JoJo and I. She's like, are you sure? I said, and I was not hesitant at all. I said, I would love it to be just the two of us for a change.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to say.
Well, especially
at least someone wants me. I offered myself for the kickball tournament that's happening now with the Bone and the Grammatica Foundation to Drew Garabo, and clearly I wasn't wanted. So it's nice.
Team?
It's nice to know that no, I did not make the team.
Wait a minute. Are you athletic?
I mean quasi.
So
I can hold my own.
Well, yeah, but what about if you have to kick a ball? I'm not asking if you can hold something.
I can kick balls. I don't know that I'm necessarily a runner. I wouldn't call myself a runner.
You said a K, right? That wasn't an L. That was a K.
I could do both of those things.
All right,
yes.
Go on. I just didn't. I was just clarifying.
Oh, I just dropped you skillfully. So.
All right. So tell me. So what is this kickball thing?
I honestly don't know. I heard about it this week on Drew's show when I offered myself. I texted him. I told him if he needed, because they wanted girl players, which I am.
And you are, clearly.
Yep.
I could see your boobs from here. By the way, I'm in L.A. and JoJo's in Tampa.
Sorry. I had you sitting up and then I just dropped you. So I figured I'd just leave you down there. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're moving on, but nobody knows what that means. You had me up and then you just dropped me.
On my phone because we're FaceTiming.
All
so
right,
I could see your lovely mug. Sorry.
There's nothing lovely about my mug.
Sure.
But this angle of you and your boobs, it all is spectacular.
Oh, yeah.
I would sell this. All right,
well,
go on.
Take a screenshot, save it for later. So I told him that I would do it, and I never got a call back. So clearly he has a team, though. They're playing, so hopefully they win. But yeah, I didn't make the cut. I wasn't wanted.
Jamie, do you think that says something about her?
Well, I'm glad she's not there because then she wouldn't be here doing the show with us.
Oh.
So I appreciate the fact that she's got dedication to us more than anything else.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Why was she offering? Wait, I gotta ask it. Why were you offering up to play kickball on the day you're on the actual show? Do you see where that doesn't quite work well for us?
Well, I didn't know it was going to just be you and I. So now I'm happy that they didn't want me and that I'm here with you.
Was this every Saturday?
No.
It's
Just an event today.
It's a fundraiser for the Grammatica Foundation. The three brothers, the three Grammatica guys who are all kickers, two of them in the NFL. They have a kickball tournament to raise money for their foundation.
I think my wife dated one of them.
She did, Bill.
I never liked that guy. No, I don't know him at all. He probably is a very nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
Was?
What? I mean, I don't know him now.
He was past tense, and he's gone now. It's a shame.
No,
he might not be nice anymore, but he was then.
Wow.
So anyway, yes, I'm happy to be here with you today.
Because this would have just been me looking at an empty room from L.A.
You would have gotten to see up Jamie's kilt.
Jamie, you kilting it up today?
I completely kilting today.
It's nice and cool here. He has a nice little breeze up there.
It was so nice when I got up this morning. It was like 40 degrees out. And oh, gosh.
It was 40 this morning?
When I left my house, it probably wasn't that cold, but it felt that way.
No.
When you wear your kilt and you wear it proper, it feels that way.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
I'm in L.A., and the weather has been spectacular. Yesterday was like 91, though, so it was a little warmer. But when I'm here, I get in and I basically go right into the studio, and so I can see the beautiful outside. But like, if I have people stay here at all, like they're the ones that are in the hot tub and in the pool, and I'm still in the studio. But on this trip, it was Lisa and I, and we just had our friends Cassie and Jake from Cass Contemporary Galleries. They're gonna maybe stop in at some point when they wake up. So they were literally gonna walk across the courtyard and come into my studio. But for me, with the weather here, all I do is get angry about the weather in Tampa. Constantly.
I know. Well, I mean, it's that time of year now. So now we'll have this similar weather.
Yeah, this will be nice. I mean, I like it. Tampa, the season we're coming up on is the season I like. So.
Well, good. You've been very busy out there, though. I've seen some posts and stuff. You've been in the studio a lot.
I've been in the studio a lot. It's been fun. I have these new artists. There's this one guy I just worked with the last couple of days that I cannot wait for people to hear. This guy. He was in a group called Hot Hot Heat, which did really well.
Is he hot?
He's a good-looking guy. Then he had a couple of hits, and when he's from Canada, a couple of hits there, and he and I wrote a really, really great song yesterday. But it was interesting because when we were talking, there's sort of a ritual that I have, like if you're writing with somebody in the afternoon, you try to finish a song in one day. If you're going to write something, the session, you want to make sure in 4 hours the song's pretty much done. And when you have two people working on it and someone has a theme, it seems like, I don't know if you think that's long or short.
I was going to say, I feel like that's a long time to write a song. I mean, I don't know. I've never written one. I enjoy writing, but
you've written things. So
well, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It just seems like a long time if you have a thought. Like I just write everything down and then I go back and kind of revise it so it makes sense. But
yeah, but the process becomes, it's about, I equate writing music to being in a garden. And some days you're pulling weeds and other days you're picking flowers.
And all those hoes.
Yeah, you're literally sitting in there trying to, between two of you or three of you, if you're in the room or whatever that is you're trying to figure out where's the best idea, but have everybody be able to have the ideas and then have it kind of, you sum it all up into something that's great. But the problem is we can write. I wrote the day before with these two young guys, and we wrote literally the whole song in like an hour and 15 minutes. But then I need to track it, meaning we have to record at least a rhythm, guitar or something, and a vocal so that you have the song documented.
So do you typically start with a melody, or do you typically start with lyrics and then put music to the words, or vice versa? Does it matter to you when you write?
No, it doesn't matter. It's both of them. But what I do a lot when I'm just meeting somebody is I spend the first half hour just talking. And I try to get to know them. That's probably a real
stretch for you.
Yeah, it is. I try to get to know them, like to understand what it is they love. Like, oh, what's your favorite music? Or why do you think you're at this point in your career? Or where do you want to be? All those sorts of questions. What do you like about your favorite artist? Like in your favorite songs, what are the things? And just general conversation so that when we start going, well, let's write something, there's a frame of reference because they just said something to me. And when you're writing, the best idea wins, but you never want to be the one with no ideas. So what I tend to do is when we're having that conversation, like this guy yesterday, Parker, was like, I love David Bowie, my favorite artist. And he kept talking about Bowie, and then he would go on to something else. And so with a minute, I said, all right, well, let's write something. I started playing something that was sort of like China Girl from David Bowie. Mm-hmm. And he immediately latches onto that, right? So he goes, oh, I really like that. Hey, how about you go to this chord instead of that one? I wish there was a weird chord at the end. So like, it just starts to grow from there. And as you're doing it, you work on melody. And then typically I like to say, well, let's figure out what the chorus is. As you start singing melodies and you're just humming stuff and words start popping out, you go, what do we want to talk about? Where's the chorus? And you work from the chorus.
Do you think if we had someone call in and like give you maybe 5 bits of information about them, that you'd be able to write them a song by the end of the show?
Yeah, if I didn't have to be doing the show.
But we have breaks.
During the breaks?
Yeah.
No.
We can help you. Jamie, Roland, myself, we can all help you work on constructing a song for one of our listeners.
Yeah.
727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. If you want Don to write an impromptu song about you today on this beautiful Saturday.
I'm interrupting you because I
don't even care.
I get paid to do this. I have a site called itsmysong.com, and people call and I write
But we
songs.
love our fans so much. Roland, what do you...
Mo once took a word from everyone that was in the studio during the commercial break, wrote a poem.
Yeah, but Mo is talented. There's a difference.
That's true. I think you could do it.
I mean, I could do it. Maybe we could do it. But, I saw Mo last weekend.
Oh, you did? You did?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I had dinner with him.
Where'd you have dinner at?
Listen, at the Sacred Pepper.
And how did that go?
I don't want to talk about it yet.
Why?
Did he pick up the tab? No? Oh, shock.
No, he didn't. But I do want to talk about it. I want to talk a little bit about Mo. And he did say something to me which concerned me. And he said I ate like a girl. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about so much more.
So many things today.
There's this Naked Juice article I just read. I spend a lot of time.
That's how I drink my juice.
There you go. I spend a lot of time speaking about diets and eating habits, which I shouldn't, and then thinking about those for my kids. And then I just read something on that I would like to talk about. And Joe, I know you have a million things going on in that beautiful head of yours. So we'll get to those.
Yeah.
And of course, if Jamie wants to talk about the skirt, I mean the
kilt.
I apologize.
It's only a skirt if you wear something underneath it.
Oh, really?
Really?
That doesn't seem.
That's the rule.
I wear kilts all the time, even though I'm not really wearing a kilt. Holla.
Joe, you wear underwear though, right?
Usually.
Yeah. I have friends who don't wear underwear.
It entirely depends on how cute the guy is she's going out with.
No, you know what? No, but I do want to talk about this because I think Roger and JP were talking about what different types of underwear imply about a person, like what you're wearing and where you're wearing it to. And I'm going to look for it and then we can talk about that.
All right, let's come back with that and way, way more here on the Miggs and Swig Show. You are listening to Miggs and Swig. Well, that's not Miggs and Swig. That is the Wombats.
It is one of Ben's bands from Bright Antenna.
So where's Ben? Ben's on a fishing trip with his son somewhere.
Yes.
In
Swig
his Cletus RV.
He took Cletus and they're up in, I think, Venice, Louisiana. Is that such a place? I don't know. They're up along that coast. So, yeah, he'll be back next week.
He'll be back next week. So, I was sitting here in the studio. My studio's in LA. You guys are there. And before the show, we were talking a little bit about this. It drives me insane when I bring people in here and they leave stuff around. So I'm looking around here and there's like a little bit of crap here, a little bit of crap there. Someone just moved this here.
Oh my God, this is so funny you're saying this.
This drives me insane. And I'm like, part of me, I can't look because what I want to do is now clean it up. But it makes me wonder, like, people, certainly when you grow up, your parents tell you need to clean, right? Like, clean up after yourself.
Well, so it's so funny you're saying this because yesterday morning I was listening to Mike Kelta show and it was a big thing because from the previous night there was a bunch of pizza boxes, I believe it was, and garbage and just rolling all over in the studio here. And so somebody brought Drew's show pizza the day. I don't know how it went down, and then Drew's show was talking about it. So it was a big to-do about the studio being left a mess yesterday and people not cleaning up after themselves.
And the reason why is because it's been a reoccurring problem, and John Brennan has been furious over it because we've got a fantastic studio in here. And when we ever bring people in, which is all the time, we're bringing guests, and, things like that, people to check out the area. And it looks like it's a mess in here, so I understand why he's so upset. So, yeah, there was a bit of a problem with it.
Jamie, who's the culprit?
I don't know.
Jamie.
I honestly do not know. I can guess. It's probably one of the overnight people, which was not me because I don't leave a mess here.
The thing is, first of all, why not just put up a camera, right? Or just leave something.
We've got cameras.
But I'm saying leave them on.
Right here,
are they on?
TV?
They're on, but they don't record. Like it's a live stream.
Okay.
But it's obvious. We're going to figure out who it is. But I don't think it's just one person. But going back to the topic at hand, as far as why would you go to somebody else's house or your place of business and just leave a mess for somebody else to clean up?
Because that's what they expect. They expect you to clean it up. And that's what I was saying, that it doesn't matter how old you are. The office that I work in, a lot of times I'll go in, whether it's the kitchen or even the bathroom, and there's, paper towels or it's left a mess. And I don't understand how if you use something, you either don't put it away when you're done with it or throw it away if it's empty. Like food, I'm nice enough. I'll bring in treats or donuts or whatever, and then they leave boxes and stuff open on the counter, and then everything gets ruined and goes bad, and you have to throw it away.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I also even in my house, we are fortunate enough that somebody is cleaning the house, so you don't have to worry about cleaning the house. So tell me why it is that when we have people there, they'll still leave. I was going to say the SAT word. They leave stuff all over the place
because they know somebody else is going to clean it up.
Yeah, but
there's no repercussions for them doing so.
Right.
That's what it is. So I, for me, it was I yell and scream as I walk up and down the hallways at the office because
they must love you.
Yeah, they do.
Very popular. You're very popular there in the office.
All the friends, but I also stopped bringing in stuff. I won't bring in treats and whatever like I used to because people don't appreciate it. Not that necessarily makes them change their ways, but it's one thing that I can do to try to alleviate the problem or make them see that that's why, because you people are gross and lazy and you can't clean up after yourself.
Well, I was even at a really nice restaurant last night. So I went to, Lisa and I, we went to the Bel Air with my sister-in-law Nikki and her husband Chad, Colonel Chad Cronister,
yes.
and with Jake and Cassie from Cass Contemporary. So they're here in LA, and we went to the Bel Air Hotel, which is actually where Lisa and I got married, as you know.
Yes.
So wonderful time. But as I went into the bathroom to pee, and there are 3 stalls, and everything is nice. And I mean, they don't even have toilet. They don't even have a.
Did you just say turlet?
No, I was going to say they don't even have towels. I mean, they don't have paper towels. They're actual towels, and you put them in the hamper. Like, it's a nice place.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't stop guys from peeing all over the floor. And I've got to
that
presume,
I don't understand.
I've got to presume if it's after 8 p.m. at night and you're going to dinner, it's going to be mostly adults and men who have had their penises for a very long time. If you can't figure out how to aim it into the toilet,
I agree.
I struggle with this. Now, I get there's some splashback. There's some issues. Things go left, things go right. But I don't understand.
But it's yours,
why,
so just clean up when you're done. Wipe it.
Well, that's a little tough. I would say, as I'm going to defend the other side for a minute, when you're in a place like that and they don't have paper towels, that's tough. You're not going to get down there with a
There's no
towel.
Toilet paper in there?
No, because you're standing in a stall. Now I'm going to have to go into a... I get that part, but I don't pee on the floor, so it's okay. I don't have this issue.
No, I'm confused. And I want to hear other people's gross stories because I want to know that I'm not the only one. 800-771-1025 or 727-579-1025 here at the Miggs and Swig Show. And if you don't want to call in, you can tweet us or you can Facebook us. Everything
or you
is
can mind your own business.
Or you can just clean up after yourself at Miggs and Swig. So when you go into a stall, there's no toilet paper in there?
No. If you're in a Joe.
Well, you
okay.
just said when you're in a stall, there's no toilet paper.
Jamie, help me.
She's off here a little bit. See, we have different kinds of bathrooms than you do. Ours have just stand-up only sections.
I understand you have urinals.
Okay.
All right.
So sometimes guys miss the urinal and it gets everywhere, and that's what he's talking about.
Okay, and my question is,
Go on.
Is the stall with the toilet paper so far away from that?
Well, what if somebody's in there?
Yeah, somebody could be in there. Plus, if you're a if you're a germaphobe like I am, I want to touch the least amount of things I have to. I don't want to touch this stall door now. I don't want to touch all that stuff. But here's my solution.
Then grab one of the towels.
No, my solution is just don't pee on the floor.
I know, and I know it happens. And the same thing for women. They try to hover so they don't, whatever, and then they spray or splash, and it gets places. And I understand that, but it's yours. So clean up after yourself for the next person going in, because you don't like it when you walk into a mess like that.
See, this is why I have an elegant solution for it. I just use the potted plant. It just soaks it all up right there. You're good to go.
Jamie, you have the kilt on. All you do is you just kind of hover over something.
Just lets it roll down his leg.
Yeah, just gotta lift and done. That's it.
I'm concerned with some of that, but I do want to say this, Joe.
Okay.
It's easy to say that, but the issue is if several people have peed before you, then you're not going to clean. I can tell you this. You want Don Miggs to go into a bathroom stall before you if I have to go to the bathroom, because I clean that place like it's like I can't go near anything without the entire bathroom being clean. So that's why I don't do away games very often, because I need to be in my own space. But I do have a funny story. I was on the road in oh my God, I'm going to say Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we're on tour with the band, and it's before sound check, so no one is in the venue, but the venue is still pretty gross,
Of course.
And I go into the bathroom, and I'm looking around the bathroom as I'm peeing in the urinal, and I'm annoyed at how disgusting this place already is, right? So it's also probably like 2 in the afternoon. We'd been traveling. I think we did the overnight drive. So, and then you're trying to sleep on the bus, all this stuff. So I'm standing. Just imagine I'm standing at the urinal, right? And there's just the wall, and someone had posted like a news article, but whatever was on the wall.
That's
and I'm
nice.
looking at that, and I'm looking around, and I'm thinking to myself, how is it that guys pee on the, just get close enough to the urinal. Why are they peeing on the floor? So as I'm turning, looking at all this stuff, I'm hearing a noise. I don't realize that I'm completely not peeing in the urinal. I'm peeing all over the wall, all over the floor to the left of me, and it's literally everywhere.
So men just don't pay attention.
No, so that's
Pretty
what I'm
standard
presuming,
across the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm presuming must happen, really, because I peed all over the floor, and I got to tell you, at the end of it, I just walked out.
You didn't clean up after yourself?
No, I did not.
You're disgusting. Adam has a disgusting story, I think. He has a comment on the bathroom issue. Hi, Adam.
Hello, first-time caller.
Hi, thank you.
Love the show. You know, I have an issue about that.
Go for it.
If I get anything on the toilet seat, I wipe it up. It's just not. I'm just a clean person like that. I mean, I will take toilet paper. I'll get paper towels. And
You're one of the very few, Adam. Thank you for calling. But see, Adam shouldn't have to do that. It should already be clean before he goes in there because the person prior should have cleaned up after themselves. Steve is off the phone. David, you have a guess on who left the mess here in the studio. You're going to throw somebody under the bus, Steve?
I don't want to do that. So actually, that's not my real name. So, if you go back to the tapes, I believe it was a couple of days ago, a guy named Drew Garabo.
Never heard of him.
Offered to buy pizza for everybody. So I don't know if they ever got it, but you might want to start there.
Okay, thank you for that. And even if Drew was nice enough to buy the pizza, people can still clean. Like I don't understand.
Doesn't mean he has to clean it.
No, if somebody else cooks, I'll clean up. Like you have your. I don't know. I just don't understand why this is even having to be a conversation.
Well, it's because,
People are slobs.
People are slobs. So, and I'm just saying.
And
that
you're
I did
one of them.
I contributed on one occasion. So back to the whole going to dinner thing with Mo, if we can, okay?
Oh yeah.
So,
Actually, let's not, because in about a half hour or so, we're going to have a certain cat named Mo joining us.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah, I want
so
to hear
you
it
know
from
what?
the cat's mouth.
Then forget Mo, because I was out even speaking about Mo dinner. I was talking about my dinner last night. And I'll go back to that.
Oh, yeah.
So we go to dinner, and I'm sitting with my back. The thing about LA is there's always some celebrity there. So first we get there, we're in the bar, and we come in, and Lisa goes up against the bar, and her sister, everyone's there, and her sister says, "Look at the end of the bar." And Lisa goes, "Who's there?" Turns and looks. I see her body, I'm behind her, go completely rigid. And she doesn't turn back to me for the next 20 minutes. Because you know who's at the end of the bar?
Oh my God.
Superman, Henry Cavill.
Oh my God.
So now I'm trying to get her attention. I could have been on fire. I could have had a cardiac arrest. She would have stood over me and said, "Is there a Superman in the house?" And then she would have said, "Can he make out with me and forget my husband who's dying?" She completely was up in his grill.
Okay, but he is a handsome, handsome man.
He's not ugly.
He is not ugly.
He did look at me, though.
You know what's so funny is when we were out there, I don't know if it was last year or a couple years ago, but we had heard that he was staying at the same hotel that we were at.
And that's where she wanted to go.
And we were trying to peep him, and we never found him. And so I'm excited that she got to see him this week.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm jealous.
It's sincerely, body language says everything. And all I was doing was watching her. Then I would try to get her attention. She would turn to me for a second turn back, but sort of was annoyed at me that I was trying to. And she's
I think you should have
pretending-
just left and went home.
I think she was annoyed she was still married to you at the time.
Well, so Jamie, it's I'm not jealous.
Would
I'm
you
really
let
not a
her?
jealous person. To what?
Would you? I mean, if he was like,
No.
"Hey, I'm down," and she was like,
No, the answer would be
"Meh."
no.
Okay, would you be able to
you're-
stop her?
What if
Yeah.
she let you be in there?
I'm not interested in Henry Cavill. I mean,
you don't have to do anything. You could just be there to make sure that everything's okay. I don't know. I'm just asking if you'd be okay. I mean, that would mean a lot to her.
No, the incentive would be, hey, there's going to be 4 smoking hot women that are going to be on you, and then I'll get Henry. Okay, we can maybe talk about that.
Oh, okay. So if there is something in it for you, you're okay with it?
No, I don't think I could share. I don't think I'm a carer, not a sharer.
Okay.
I don't think I could.
That's not very nice of you.
I mean, I would love to, I'd love to be able to be that kind of guy, but I think at some point a second penis gets in the way of a relationship.
But it's just one and done. That's it. She just gets to have
and the good news, it'll be quick because he's faster than speeding bullets.
See that? Oh my God, you're listening to the Miggs and Swig show. You do always want to go back for more. What do we got coming up, Miggs? What do you want to talk about next?
Well, I did want to. There was a story, a Joan Jett story I had for you guys, and then I wanted to get into a little bit of this Naked Juice article and sort of diet and eating habits, because I made a commitment last night at dinner that I was not once going to talk about how fat I was or about how horrible I looked. And I almost made it through the whole dinner and didn't say those things. But I want to talk about that and so much more.
We have a cat named Mo coming up in a little bit. You're not going to want to miss that.
We aren't going to want to miss that. And I want to talk to you about you and your siblings, because I'm having some things with my kids, and you had an article to talk about. So let's do that and so much more after these words here on Miggs and Swig. Joe, I've got to tell you, I hate commercials. Am I not allowed to say that, since that's how we make money?
Well, they could stand to be a little better.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. I actually, because I love great marketing and advertising.
Yes. And
some of these that I hear, none of the ones on our show, because I was listening to something else, because ours are all great.
Oh, yeah. Here on The Bone, they're fantastic.
Yeah. But I meant elsewhere. The one thing that does puzzle me is, and, again, I'm just a schmuck with a headset on. I don't make the big decisions, but I'm wondering, why do they run our commercial during our show? Is there any reason that they...
Maybe just to let people know that are just tuning in what they're listening to?
No, that's stupid.
Okay.
I mean, wouldn't you run it during someone else? Why wouldn't you run Drew's commercials during our show? Advertising his show. Or my cult, or Mo, or anyone else, but during our show, and then during their show you run ours. It doesn't make sense to me that you would run... Am I wrong?
Maybe we should make commercials about them that they can just play during our show. Hey, this is JoJo from Miggs and Swig, but you should listen to...
Hey, you know what would be great?
Talk to me.
You are right. We should be doing something that says, hey, this is Don Miggs. Thanks for listening to our show right now, Miggs and Swig. We're with you from 10 to 12. But make sure to catch Mo, cat named Mo, right after at... That should be the commercial.
Done. We'll do that this week.
It should be incestuous. We should all be promoting each other without, all the clothes off thing.
Well, that's not any fun. I take back. I don't want to do it now.
Hey, speaking of clothes off and incest, how are you and your brother? Jamie. How about we're right now number 5 on season 5 of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Oh,
and
I need to catch up.
I'll tell you, this was now after Joe, then close your ears. And I don't want to spoil for anyone who wants to watch this and hasn't seen season 5, but I'm going to talk about it because I haven't. I don't care now. Okay. Where the Tyrion, whoever the father is of the Lannister family,
Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion is now dead, and now...
I'm sorry, Tywin Lannister.
Tywin. And now Cersei whatever, is really starting to she had the brothers, not the little brothers somewhere. She has the person marrying her, the woman marrying her son's dad somewhere. Everyone is somewhere else because I think stuff's about to go down with her. But right after that, what was interesting is when she told her dad who her lover was, which happens to be her brother. That was crazy. Jamie, I'm trying to get from you if you thought that was crazy at all.
I was truly shocked that she would admit it to her dad, because it was the most open secret ever. I mean, in the first time you see her in the very first episode, they're going at it, the two of them. So it wasn't a secret really for pretty much in the the universe, the realm, everybody knew about it. So, but the fact that she refused to admit it, and then as he's gone, just before he dies, she's like, "Yep, I'm banging my brother. Enjoy it. There you go. Thanks, Dad." It's kind of like, yeah. Then I started thinking about it, and I had to pause and spend some special time with the wife, but that's separate. But yeah.
I'm not supposed
amazing.
to be listening, so I can't even. I'm not commenting.
But it's amazing the direction. That's why it's such a great show, because it will go in directions that no other show will go.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's like they'll openly be like, "Yep, this is incest. We don't care. We love each other. We're going at it," and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Is it amazing?
Yes.
It is, but I'll tell you what.
It's like sex with Henry Cavill. Amazing.
Yeah. Would you, Joe?
That's not my brother. Well, true. Even if he was my
Joe,
brother.
be honest. Have you ever?
No.
No. I know you didn't do that. But have you ever, like, your brother's coming out of the bathroom and you look and you see that he has a penis? I mean, has that ever been something that's been of interest to you? Do you look?
At my brother's penis?
Well, if he comes, you guys live together, right?
We did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
He's walking out of the bathroom and he's
in his own bedroom and the door's closed.
Yeah, but he's Joey. There's not a chance that guy doesn't.
No. Oh my God, you're crazy.
No, that he doesn't walk around with his clothes off or something. He's Joey.
No, I mean, I think my brothers are handsome. I look at them and I think that they're good-looking guys, but I don't look at them and go, "Oh my God, I'm gonna hit that later." That's disgusting.
Now, when you were younger, I'm curious about this. Did the two of you, when you were little kids and you're kind of curious about the human body, did the show and tell with each other? Because I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
No, I did it with girlfriends.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You know what? I'm gonna just turn this. Wait a minute. I got to turn this mic on. Let me just see. Are you there? I am here. Nope, that's not the one. Hang on a second. Hang on. Are you there?
We have some joiners. I think about to come on and
Can
participate.
anyone hear her?
No, we can't hear her.
Wait a minute. Here, put these on. Yep, this you'll be able to hear. All right, guys, this is going to be a little screw. Put this headset on.
That's all right. We'll make it work.
So we have Cassie from. Wait, she's going to put this.
Cassie and Jake Greetings from Cass Contemporary.
It's going to be all over.
Making all the noise.
Now that's you making noise. Now you don't need that microphone. You're right there.
They're actually all out in Los Angeles.
The reason why I'm bringing Cassie on is I want to get her permission first. Can I tell a little story about our kids, Cassie?
Oh, the doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay. So first, how are you, Cassie?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So Cassie and Jake are out here doing an art installation for somebody, and we had the pleasure of having dinner last night. And if you haven't been to Cass Contemporary, well, it's probably because I don't know when these guys are ever open because they're always traveling, putting art installations in somewhere. But if you're down ever in you're near Burns, there's the big mural now that's out, the Tristan Eaton mural, and that's they were responsible for that. If you go into Epicurean, all the art in there, you guys are sort of becoming a big deal in the community.
Well, we hope that we're making some kind of impression on the community.
Oh, don't be nice, because we're just talking.
I'm so humble. JoJo knows how humble I am.
All right, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is that talking about looking at each other. So
You're talking about siblings looking at each other, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's gross.
There's nothing.
Just because you do it with your sisters doesn't mean that everybody else does it with theirs.
But I can tell you, I lived in a small house, and I used to get into bed when my mom was younger. My mom has fluctuated in weight quite a bit. She used to be kind of heavy, and the garage was where this is going to sound like I lived in a box, but she literally slept my parents slept in the garage, and my room was on the other end, and you could see into the garage as we were working on putting a bedroom in. At night, some nights she would change her clothes, and I saw her boobs, and I've never said this out loud, but I would look, obviously, because I was like,
but you're
4
curious,
years old.
Yeah.
Actually, I was probably
it's not
14.
like it's not.
Actually, you were 40.
It wasn't anything sexual. It was just curiosity about the human body.
Right.
Yeah, but I could tell you even then, I always liked boobs.
Okay, you liked your mom's boobs. That's awesome.
I didn't like my mom's
This explains
boobs.
so much about you.
Oh, that's not right. So let me tell.
You said it.
So the Greeton family lives 2 doors down from us, and our kids are really good friends. Then our 7-year-olds, or is she 8 now?
She's going to be 8.
All right, so Genevieve, their daughter, is going to be 8, and our son Milo is 7. Well, they wind up sleeping together all of the time, and it's so cute because for the last few years, you'll go up and I'll go up in the room and like make sure they're all covered, and they'll be holding hands and they'll be asleep, and it's so cute. But one time while we were out here, I think, my aunt, or is it you, Cassie?
I think we were gone. It was Renee.
All right. Oh yeah, my sister. So we went out to dinner, and my sister, we get home, she goes, "I've just got to tell you guys something." I don't know that anything happened. We're like, wait a minute, this is when they're 5. I don't think anything happened. But they were in their room, and they were under the cover. And did Jasper say something? Or my little one?
No, I think it was like a "you show me yours, I'll show you mine" kind of deal.
Yeah, but I thought that Jasper was in the other bed or something, but they were literally under the cover asking, show me what you've got.
That's so cute.
Normal. Yeah, I totally
At my
think
age, it's
normal.
not so cute. It's kind of creepy when I do that with 5-year-olds. But when you're actually the same age,
and
I think
doing
it's okay.
selfies. That's what was weird. That was what was weird. I know you guys have to leave, right? So you just screwed up my great Joan Jett story.
Oh, we do
I'm
have
sure
a
it was.
funny Joan Jett
I'm sure it was
story.
going to be so great. We'll just save it and do it at the end of the show.
Wait. Are you here for a couple minutes?
I can stay for a few.
All right. So wait a minute. So we went to dinner last night, Joe.
We heard.
So I'm sitting. Cassie's across from me. She could see behind us where
It was really all Jake.
it wasn't when Henry Cavill came in. That part was done. So now we're sitting. We have our second sighting. Next to me is Nikki on one side, my sister-in-law, and Lisa's on the other side. And then Jake and Cassie are across, and they're looking where they could see the seats behind us. And behind us, someone said, "Is that?" No, she's in here, and they all knew who they were talking about, but for some reason, Nikki said...
Well, she mouthed to me Joan Jett, but I thought she was saying Jovovich. It's Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, we saw Mila
Jovovich.
Jovovich. And so I was like, yes, it's her. It's her, because I kept seeing her say the J.
Yes.
But little did I know she was really saying Joan Jett to me, and I was like, it's her. And she's like, she looks amazing.
So she said,
which, by the way, Joan Jett and Mila Jovovich look nothing alike.
Well,
nothing.
But here, the worst part about this is that so I'm looking at Lisa, and Lisa's going, yeah, she's with her husband. And I'm like, wait a minute, Joan Jett is gay. And so I'm trying to look around, and I'm looking at everyone. I'm like, is that Joan? Like, who are we talking about? She goes, right behind you. And everyone I look behind me, they have black hair, but not one of them could possibly be Joan Jett. She's like, it's her. So now we get up, Lisa and I go to the bathroom. I'm walking back. I'm like, did Joan Jett leave? She goes, she's right in front of me. I go, did she leave? I didn't even say Joan Jett. I'm like, who is in front of me? She's right in front of you. And it turns out it's Mila Jovovich.
Oh, it was
look amazing.
It
by
was
the way.
Mila Jovovich.
It was not Joan Jett.
It was not Joan Jett.
Was not Joan Jett.
It was not Joan Jett, but I'm looking around the whole place the whole time for Joan Jett, and I'm expecting sneakers, and she's gonna. I want her. I love rock and roll, and the whole time it was not her. But that's.
Do you know who Mila Jovovich is?
Resident Evil.
Well, all right. Well, I don't know.
I was asking Don because I knew that you would know who he was.
She was the girl in front of me. I mean, behind me. She's like the girl on the train. All right, so what?
You're crazy.
All right, we're going to move on, and I just want to ask, how are things going with Cast Contemporary and you guys beautifying the Tampa area?
Everything's going great. We have 2 huge projects coming up in Tampa. I can't say too much about them, but 2
Then
big...
why are you on?
The 2 big developments, and you'll see stuff soon. One potentially with Hyde Park. Well, it is in Hyde Park, and then something with the Tampa Heights area. So it's going to be really cool for Tampa. I think both those areas are really going to change the landscape for Tampa. So if you haven't been around Hyde Park to see the new restaurants and the new shops going in and some of the new art, please stop by. And Tampa Heights should be up soon, the new Armature building, and they have some really great plans for that. And then our biggest news is Sharktooth, who is a world-renowned muralist and artist, is coming for his first time in 6 or 7 years. He's doing a solo exhibit with Cass, so we're honored. And he is moved to Tampa for 3.5 weeks to install.
I thought you said moved. I'm like, wait a minute. Then he's not.
No. He's based in LA. He's moved to Tampa, kind of doing a little residency with us, and kind of staying all over and crashing and working all day in the gallery and transforming our space for his exhibit Red Everything that opens November 4th at 7 p.m. at Cast, 2722 South McDill Avenue. That's a little plug-in ad.
That's why you're here, by the way.
JoJo sounds better doing it. I'm going to be honest. But really exciting is the Edge, which is at the Epicurean, which is the outside bar.
Not the guy in U2.
Not the guy in U2.
Okay, go on, keep going.
Different Edge.
All right, keep going.
We're doing a cast live, and he'll actually be this Wednesday painting a mural up on the bar, the upstairs lounge bar area. He'll be painting live and taking Q&A and doing a huge mural on the wall. And if you haven't ever seen his work, Google him, follow him on whatever you're on, or come and meet him. He's amazing to speak with. He's been in the game a long time, and it's great to hear him.
When is that? When is he going to be up at the Epicurean?
That's Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on upstairs at the Edge at their lounge, and we're really excited about the new thing we're doing, Cast Live at the Edge, and it's going to be every 3 to 4 months. We're going to have new muralists come and painting live and doing murals on the wall there, and then we're actually going to silent auction those off. They'll be paneled, so that day there will be on castcontemporary.com. You can start trying to bid on them, and you will be announced at the November 4th opening who wins that piece of artwork.
Wow. Have you been pleasantly surprised, or is the community... Do we have an art community in Tampa?
We do. We have a really supportive art community. I know people at first, when we first opened up, were like, good luck. But, you know, I mean, Tampa is growing smart. I said we're growing slower and smarter, which I think is good. And they've been very receptive to us. We have a new thing that we're doing with local artists. That's what I want, that we'll have to come back on and talk about in Hyde Park. But it's going to be a whole local initiative to support the local art scene. And I just think we're bringing in culture from all over, but also still supporting our local community, and I think that both of that is important for Tampa to grow.
Are you around next weekend? Maybe come on the show, since I think JoJo's not going to be here. Will you come on the show?
Yeah, and that's right after Cast Live and a week before Shark Tooth, and he'll actually be here. So if we want to have him on the show, you want to interview him?
Cool.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we'll bring him.
You have that kind of...
I got that kind of pull. I'm kind of a big deal.
Hey, I'm just curious to know if we're really going to be able to get Hyde Park to actually stay thriving, because it seems to do this thing where it gets stuff going on and then it drops off, and gets stuff going on and drops off. So I'd be excited for.
Well, we're hoping that this time it sets off and keeps going, and I think the person who's bought it has really good ideas and wants to take it different places. So we'll see how it goes.
Well,
Cassie and Jake Regan.
I don't know how you're going to find them, because I forgot all of that stuff. How do they find you quickly before we go to break?
Follow us. CastContemporary.com is our website, but Cast Contemporary on Instagram, Facebook, or you can follow our Cast Ltd, which is our limited edition print shop, and to see what's going on. Keep up with all the news.
All right, all the news that's fit to make art or something like that. Hey, I want to get to top news stories. I also still want to talk about eating like a girl at some point.
We're going to, because we have a cat named Mo coming up with us in this next hour. We're very excited and thankful for that, so you're not going to want to miss that here on the Miggs and Swig show. We'll be right back.
All right, everybody.
Pay attention.
It starts here.
Now that we're all prepared, let's start the show.
The conversation is about to get louder. You're listening to Miggs and Swig. Don Miggs, Ben Swig, Lisa, and JoJo. From music to marriage, from politics to parenting, from dating to deep thoughts and sports. Get ready for Miggs and Swig. Life out loud.
Let's get the show on the road.
I'll tell you what, now we're taking it up a notch, Joe. I mean, it's just you and me. We used to have a show on AM that there were 6 people who used to listen intently to. I mean, 2 of them were you and I. But I really loved our show, and I loved it when you and I were doing things. And I think maybe this is an opportunity to just get rid of Ben and get rid of Lisa and just have it go back to you and me.
Oh, my God.
Okay. I mean, we could say it here. It's just us, if you're okay with it.
No one else is listening.
As long as we allow this next guest, who isn't a guest, he's family.
I feel like he's just part of our show.
I mean, the
poor guy carries it.
The poor guy has to carry his show and
he does 17 hours of radio.
It's a cat
every Saturday.
Mo. Cat
Hi,
named
Mo.
folks.
Hey, guys.
We love having Mo on. Hey.
I love being on. I just wanted to say in agreement with what you said, not getting rid of Ben and Lisa. But as I'm driving over in the bridge, and I had just become aware that you two had a show together. It was a different incarnation of this one. And you can tell, because you guys, the flow was just so phenomenal. It was just real nice, real easy on the ears, as they say.
Now, do you throw that word phenomenal around often, or is that just...
I'm going to say I had a phenomenal 3-piece at Popeyes last night, but outside of that, I try not
I'm
to
fine being compared to fried chicken.
too egregious with it.
That's all right. It's delicious.
I do want to tell you I'm excited that you invited Joe to be on your show after this show. So Joe is on the Mo show after this show. And the reason why I'm excited is it seems that she has been there are people who don't really want her around, like obviously Drew won't let her play kickball, but you want her. You're an inclusive person. Thank you.
You're welcome. How you got rejected from? There was an all.
Clearly, I don't have a kickball physique, and he didn't think that I would be.
There was an all-employee
beneficial to the team.
An all-employee email. He was practically begging people.
He was begging. Yeah, everybody in CMG got an email.
We're
that makes it feel better.
Well, we don't. We're not part of the emails here. We do our own thing at Miggs and Swig.
You have seen us, right? We are, and listen,
we pay to play.
I have 2 redheaded sisters, so I could say this, but we're the redheaded stepchild.
Well, that's a shame.
RHSC is over here.
Let's start our own kickball league.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be kicking balls. Don't you worry about that. It starts now.
So,
Drew Garabo.
JoJo, you missed this last Sunday because you didn't get this invite either.
I did not.
But we took the opportunity on last Sunday to go to Sacred Pepper, and it was myself and my beautiful wife and my mother-in-law, Candy DeBartolo, who owns the Sacred Pepper. And, you know, your dad is very, very important there. I don't know what his role is besides he basically, because of all of his experience in restaurants, he helped put the whole thing together. What's his official title there?
I believe he's the director of operations for Sacred Pepper. I believe that's his official title, but he's back in the kitchen every night cooking, and he loves when people want to go back and see him and say hi.
Don, are you saying that I met JoJo's father?
No. Oh, wait. He was not in the kitchen that night. You did not meet him.
Oh, no, not on Sunday.
Okay.
Sorry. No, he wasn't there.
He's usually there, but I wanted to. The reason why I was saying this is that Mo did go into the kitchen.
It's an amazing kitchen.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it spectacular?
I would eat off the floor, and I'm not just saying that. That's not hyper.
Would you eat off the floor in here?
Hell no.
Is that because people leave all their garbage in here?
I wouldn't eat off a plate in here.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know that that's true. I got to tell you, Mo and I, we put down. We put down some food. He's saying that I didn't. He said I ate like a girl, which is not true.
Well, you're partially correct. I mean, Don, and this was my first time there at the Sacred Pepper, my first time and my fiance's first time, and so they took it upon themselves, which I had no issue with. And a matter of fact, I think I suggested it, to go ahead and order because they are familiar with the menu.
Yes.
And so he had one of everything. And then he had 2 of meatballs. Then he had 3 of meatballs.
Oh, those meatballs.
Oh, they are the best.
They're the best.
Forget about the calamari melts in your mouth. Yeah. Forget about it. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
It's funny. I did the same thing. I went on Wednesday. I went with Ian Beckles. He had never been there.
Right.
And so I said, okay, you have to go because I know he's a foodie and he loves it, and I wanted him to meet my dad.
Absolutely.
And so he had come, and I did the same thing. I was like, is there anything you don't like? And he was like, nope.
Freedom. He said freedom.
So he didn't like white people, but aside from that.
Besides that, white people and freedom.
Freedom.
He loved everything.
But yeah, so it was fun. I loved doing that.
Yes, it was fantastic. Now, when it came time to order the entrees, everyone ordered an entree. I believe Lisa and Candy, if I can call her Candy, if we're close enough, shared an entree. But Don ordered some flake crab, I believe, and a side of spinach. That was it. And not when I say crab, I don't mean a plate of crab. I mean a saucer of crab. The bowl and the ice took up more room than the amount of crab that was on the saucer.
Okay, did you eat pizza?
No. We did not have.
You didn't even have any pizza?
We did not try the pizza.
Oh, man.
And there was a beautiful pizza oven back there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why didn't you get the pizza then?
You know what? Because I was the meatballs, the calamari, the peppers that were kind of
the shishito peppers.
Yes. Oh my God.
Well, you ate 16 meatballs.
Yeah. He kept throwing
them
at me.
They're so good though. I don't blame you.
Don, stop throwing your balls in my face.
I was curious as to when you were actually going to stop eating those meatballs.
Let me tell you something. It was fantastic, but I did make fun of him for eating like a girl. But I will say this: after the meal, I was saying to my girl, I go, I should have had the crab and spinach. It looked phenomenal.
Not only that, the thing is this: you got to pace yourself. Like last night we went out to dinner, and when you have several people and you do the appetizers and you have a drink, by the time the meal comes, you're dying. So like, same thing last night. There was pizza. My problem is if I like it, I eat on it until I start wanting to throw up, and then I got to actually get the entree.
But see, that's what you do. You talk about how much you're.
Go on.
You're not going to like this, so you
Go
can
on.
probably, if you want to just take your headphones off, that's fine. He always talks about how fat he is and how gross he is.
Because I am.
He's not. He came in.
But then he'll turn around and he'll eat an entire pizza when we go to dinner, and then he'll bitch about it some more after why did you let me do that? I shouldn't. You know what? We'll take one more pie. We'll just do one more. We'll have one more pie. Because we did it one night. We had, I think you and I had 2 pizzas.
At Craig's.
Oh, it was
in L.A.
It was so good, though.
But you are good. The one, you get JoJo. If she's in with you, she'll just do it. Like if she's like, okay, I'll eat with you. And you could put it right down with you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because yes. And then I just go and throw up.
There is absolutely nothing sexier than a girl that will sit across from you and eat a meal.
I love that.
I agree.
And eat a meal unapologetically. That is very sexy.
There's nothing sexy about a girl who's like, I just don't want anything.
Yeah.
But that's what you sound like. Do you understand? That's what you sound like. So do you see how unsexy that is?
Yeah, but
there's nothing wrong with you, and you make people that are heavier and obese and whatever feel terrible about themselves. Because women who say that they're fat, and then I'm like, well, if you're fat, then what in God's name am I?
In his defense,
there is no defense. Shut your mouth.
No, I was just gonna say.
No, just shut your mouth.
He did.
Who invited him?
Go Mo.
I'll do this all day. I'm just gonna keep interrupting him.
He did put down on the appetizers. He did put down on the appetizers.
Oh, you had a couple balls in your mouth. That's nothing different.
So last night, same thing. The pizza came. Now, the good thing is there are certain things I don't like. And when you go to certain restaurants where they're like, where truffles and mushrooms are a thing, well, I'm out, which is great because I don't want to eat that stuff.
Yeah, then you just go, oh, can you make me one without truffles and mushrooms? And they're like, yeah, no problem.
Exactly what I said. I go, hey, could you do pizza? They did the pizza truffle. I'm going to speak like my dad. You got a pizza with maybe no truffle on it? And the guy, and he goes, of course, for you, we'll do that for you. We'll make you the pizza with no truffles on it. He makes the pizza. I ate six slices of that pizza before my wine was poured.
I'm so proud of you.
No, I'm not. And so now my stomach's bothering me because I got all this gluten. I am highly allergic to gluten.
Very highly allergic.
I have all this gluten and cheese and bread like growing in my stomach. And then they're like, do you want, and I'm drinking the wine. Do you want to order some food? So now everyone makes fun of me because I said I'll have just one piece of chicken, nothing on it, don't put all the other stuff, and a little side of spinach.
I think they're just making fun of you because if you're going to eat all of those other things, why not just go big the rest of the meal?
Yeah, but because my stomach can't handle it. As Mo realized, he shouldn't have had anything else but what I had.
No. But understand this. It wasn't because of my figure. It was because it just looked so good. I was going to have a steak. I meant I should have had the crab and spinach in addition to the steak that I ordered.
So how do I not talk about it when, that's the other thing, like dieting and eating, it's such, like, my back bothers me a little, so I'm trying to get a little skinnier, so because I think it'll make my back feel better.
I don't think that's necessarily the case. Ben's skinny and his back bothers him.
Ben's got a lot of issues.
Well, I'm just saying.
Kids got a lot of issues. If it's just us girls talking.
That's big.
I can tell you how to rectify this.
Let me hear this.
You can't walk into a joint looking as pretty as you do and complaining about it. I'll allow you to complain about your non-weight issue if you don't walk in with a fur-lined vest and hair impossibly coiffed.
See?
And flawless skin. Bum yourself up, and then I'll allow you to go, oh, my life sucks.
But what annoys me is that I know that I don't always make the best decisions when I go out. But I'm not going to say anything.
Or when you stay in.
Or when I stay. Well, that's.
Let's just say you don't make the best decisions and leave it at that.
Okay, but I don't talk about it.
All right.
That's where I was going with that. I just keep to myself. If you're on a diet, if you think you're fat, if you're whatever, that should be between you and you only. Nobody else wants to hear about it.
All right, I'm trying. I really.
But
am
I do
trying.
love you.
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying to get better with it. Can we talk about me a little more?
No.
How about you talk about me?
I'm done talking about
All
you
right,
and
so
to you.
how about this other issue I have is that no matter how much I go in the sun, I'm not getting any darker. So I stand next to anybody and it looks like I'm half dead. Always.
You go out in the sun? I feel like you always put sunscreen on and you're covered head to toe. Hat,
well, you should have sunscreen
long sleeve.
on. You should have sunscreen
Well, I
on.
understand that.
This
I'm just
isn't
saying.
part of the
I don't know how you
conversation.
expect to get but it's not. You're an RHC. Like you're not gonna.
I'm not redheaded at
You
all.
are. Oh my God! I'm digging up a picture of you, and when I'm going to show everybody while we go to commercial break right now.
All right, well, good. Go to commercial break. We do have Mo, from a cat named Mo, and Joe is going to join him after this show. So this is like the warm-up to the to the headliner. So stick around for more here on Miggs and Swig. You know, I still like that song. Let me just congratulate myself on my music, Joe. Is it?
Why not? Let's just keep going. It's all about you.
Hey, so, Mo, am I allowed to tell the story we were just talking about off air?
I mean, sure.
So I consider Mo, Lisa and I said this is, first of all, we had a wonderful time with Mo and his fiance. I think the world, you are a great guy. As we're leaving, we're both like, that is a Renaissance man. That guy, he's got something about him. There's something about Mo that is attractive. Like you want to be around that energy, which is amazing. So bravo to you and whoever made you the way you are. But there was one moment as we're sitting there ordering, and first of all, we debunked a couple things because when Mo, before he got there, he was like, "Well, I can't go to Sacred Pepper." Like he thought it was a place where you had to wear a suit and where the food was really expensive, and it's not. You can kind of obviously he wore what he wanted to. He went in with he went in the same thing he's wearing right now.
A black shirt and blue jeans.
Good.
Although I did have my Harley boots on.
Yes.
You can. It's a misconception about Sacred Pepper.
Yeah, I think, and that's part of and my wife gets that with a bunch of things. That's sort of baggage because of who she is. People assume certain things. They assume like that she's at home and she's printing money and the money she's not using, she's wallpapering the walls with. You know what I mean? Like we're just sitting around.
And it's about what you're talking about right now, and not to get you off point, and we can wrap right
We all
around.
know she'd have somebody else print the money for her.
I do think, though, it's disrespectful of a place like the Sacred Pepper. Because I saw a couple of people coming out in shorts and flip-flops.
Yeah, I don't like that. No.
I mean, I know we live in Florida, but have a sense of decorum about
Show
yourself.
up.
Yeah, show up. Yeah, don't be lazy.
And I think especially on like a Friday and a Saturday night, and I feel like it's such a cliche that on a Friday and Saturday, well, I know you were there on Sunday, but I think there's something about those days of the week that's like your going out days, so you should dress to impress.
And
yes.
Yeah, and again, you don't have to, as Don just said, it's not a place that you have to put on airs or be overtly fancy, but flip-flops, come on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, let's
I
just
don't
talk
care where
about
you're eating. If you're wearing flip-flops to dinner, you're scum, period.
You know what,
Aw,
Jamie?
thank
No,
you.
I agree. Like that's one of those things. Flip-flops are for when you're in your house. Sorry, Joe. If you wear
That's
them,
okay.
don't wear them out. You don't. I mean, you have other shoe choices. Put some damn shoes on.
I have all these flip-flops on right now.
All right. Well, that's okay because you're working. But in general, don't do it.
Like to go to
wants you.
dinner,
Yeah,
you mean?
you wouldn't wear those to the Sacred.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with
No.
flip-flops. And I'm primarily talking about guys because women can have flip-flops that are very ornate. But
Well, that's different.
Yeah, a guy in shorts in a place like that, I
Show
just,
up.
Yeah, show up. I like how you said it.
On my way last week to the show, and I never mentioned it, like just people in general. I don't know if you do this. I never did. I'm driving next to a guy in a pickup truck, and it's 8:30 in the morning. No, 9:30 in the morning. The guy has no shirt on. Like, what's going on that you jump in your car with no shirt on and you're going
Maybe
anywhere?
there was an emergency.
There's
He didn't
no-
have time.
No, because he was not driving anywhere fast. So I'm thinking to myself, like, what are you doing with? Like, just show up for your life, please.
Well, that is showing up in a pickup truck.
Well, you don't.
hot.
Thing is, you don't know the backstory. Maybe the lady he was with, her husband, came home and he had to get out of there real quick.
See what I'm saying?
All right, well, good. So let me just get back to embarrassing most. Like,
Oh, yeah.
That was a Renaissance
I like
man
when it's about other
a
people.
minute ago.
So Mo is, and again, I had the best time with him. But we're sitting there, we're ordering. He's like, "You guys just order whatever," and it takes a minute because at first you're just meeting new people. He's just meeting my mother-in-law, and it's a little bit of he wants to not do the wrong thing or whatever. He had a jacket that he didn't wear, but he had it because his fiance was like, "You better bring that damn jacket."
Yeah.
There's
He showed up.
There's no doubt that happened. So the guy says, "Would you like?" Did he say still or sparkling, Mo? What did he say?
I believe the term. Now, he was addressing the whole table, so I kind of half heard it, and this is why I didn't retain it. But he offered us the choice between sparkling water and what he referred to as flat water,
Right.
I believe. Now, I half hear the flat, and so I don't retain it. So, but he's over by Don, so it takes him a couple of people to get over to me.
And you opted for.
Go, please, you say.
He says, well, and then he asks what type. That's what it was. He didn't repeat it. He just goes, which type would you like?
And he was flustered.
And I got flustered because I couldn't remember. I didn't know that there
That's
was so many
okay.
types. So I go, I'll take the non-sparkling type.
And that's exactly what it is, though.
And that's what he got.
Yeah.
Sparkling.
I don't get these water choices where I normally die. Red Lobster ain't sparkling water up in there.
I love that.
And the waiter, he kind of smiled at me.
He's like, "Look, dude, I had that same problem before I started this job
Working
6
here.
weeks ago."
I still don't know the difference.
Right.
Like, who let you in here?
Well, I thought it was a wonderful evening. Did you have fun, Mo?
I had a blast. I mean, it was just really comfortable, and everybody was so inviting. And I mean, beyond that, it was I just love the conversation. It's not the place, it's not what you're wearing, it's not the people, it's the conversation. And I believe the conversation makes a night like that. And the conversation was never forced. There was never any dead spots. Candy, oh my God, she is salt of the earth,
right?
And so inviting, so inviting. It's just, yeah, she has, as you were talking, she has an aura that just a very quiet but powerful aura that pulls you in. And I just had a blast. It was like we had been old friends and we had just gotten together for the first time in a long time, and we're just having fun.
I think that's the vibe, though, of the restaurant. I think that's what she was going for too, is to make it an inviting place, because
it's inclusive.
Well,
it's
and
not
that's
exclusive.
how we live our lives, around like dinner tables and conversation and family, and so you just kind of emulate that. There, I don't know. There's just something about that place. I agree.
It was just nice. Yeah, it was nice because there was just no agenda there other than to have a good time, and that's what we did.
Good.
Well, would you consider us now, you and I, best friends or just really good friends? I mean, are we,
I would say in what we have, we are the best friends. In our niche, nobody's got what we got.
There you go. So I actually was wondering about
so
that.
weird.
I was thinking about it yesterday when there was a client I had in here who was a guy where I was like, man, I really like this guy. Could we actually become friends? Because we all, I don't know, my life's really busy. I have...
You're very important.
No, it's not about that. But when I'm out here in L.A., I literally can't see all the people I want to see. I can't do all the things I want to do. I don't have enough time. So
you're very
as
important.
I was sitting there and we're working on this song, at one point, actually in my head, I said, no, I don't need any more friends. Why do I want to become friends with this guy? Why don't I just keep writing songs with him? I don't need another person to have to go and spend time with. But I wonder, is it harder to? It is harder to make friends as you get older, for sure.
I'd say yeah.
So Mo, could you and I become great friends? Is that still possible?
I think we are. Okay, I'll tell you what I think. I think that you're absolutely right. When you're older, it's harder to make new friends. But when you're older, it's also easier to make someone a friend because you look for certain things. You know exactly what you want out of a person or out of a friendship, and you don't have to kind of suffer minor things to try and get to where you want to be with that person. You know, did I say that right?
You've kind of grown out of all your bull.
Right.
So it's not like when you're younger and everybody's accepting of everybody and everybody wants to be friends with everybody, and then as you age, it's like, oh yeah, you're a jerk.
That is so right.
You're so mean.
You can assess whether someone is not worthy, but someone would be a good companion or friend in a very short amount of time.
Yes.
Well, you're listening to Miggs and Swig, and if you want to comment, if you make friends as you get older, just give us a call, 800-771-1025, because JoJo's looking for a couple friends, if you know what I'm saying.
Not a couple.
I feel like
maybe a couple.
Or is it sort of like
friends.
music? Like music, like the music you grow up on tends to be the thing you always gravitate to when you need to listen to something, right?
Yes.
It's hard to find new music that you're like, I'm in love with this. I do, because it's my business, but I do think that you do weed out the what is it? What's the saying? The curd from the chaff. What is this?
Oh, I have no idea.
If you can help me, you don't know still from sparkling. I'm going.
You're asking me about curd and chaff.
But you look at Jake
Shafts?
from Jake
I don't know.
Jake from Cast Contemporary. He and I have become really good friends in a short period of time because
that's because your kids fondle each other.
Yeah. Also, which is, can you can't just say that. It's true. But
I'm just kidding. They're 7.
They're 7.
They're exploring.
They're
fine.
Exploring. Do you really think they're exploring, Joe?
No.
You think they're done with the exploration?
Yeah, I think they're such sweet, like naive kids. I think that you're fine.
Oh, I think you're the naive one. Good.
I'm not.
So you're not? You just paused me, by the way,
I
Joe,
did. Okay, I'm sorry.
For some reason. But Jake and I become friends, and I think it is that. It's like, look, this is what, everything is conditional. And when you get older, you realize the condition is I like you because you like me, or I like you because we both talk about these things. We have these things in common, and you're the dude I'm going to see when we're going to do this. And maybe I don't see you when we're doing that. You know what I mean? So it's sort of, I don't know. I don't know why I brought this up, Joe.
No, but I think you're right. I don't know. I'm at a point where if I make new friends, I'm good with that, but I don't necessarily need it. I love meeting people, and I don't know. It's harder when you're older, I think.
Yeah, but I also think that as you get older, you weed out the rest of them too, whereas there are people that I am friendly with that I've known for forever, but we're not really friends. We don't have a ton in common. Even including like my band, Michael and I, the bass player Michael Lombardo, who's been on the show a bunch, he and I are friends. So I love him regardless. John, the guitar player, and I are as well. But the drummer Walker and I, we're friendly, but I don't have a desire to necessarily call him up on a Thursday if something.
Well, and you're at different places in your life, so I think that makes a difference of what you'll put up with and what you won't put up with. The older I get, I've always made an effort, and I will always make an effort and go out of my way and do anything for my friends. If I don't feel that it's reciprocated, I'm done. I will stop asking. I will stop calling, because I did it for so long, being the only one in the relationship to try to make it work and try to, continue it. And now I'm to the point, I'm old enough to know better and to know, okay, maybe it wasn't right. So I can accept that and walk away. If I could just do that and
a man.
Yeah.
Well,
I have a hard time with that.
We could spend a whole show on that.
Unnecessarily.
There is a thing that I do now, especially when I become friends with someone who is some sort of a celebrity. I make sure that if I text them and they don't text me back, I will wait. Like if I remember it even like a week or whatever, I'll do one more. If they don't text me again, I never text them again, because
that should be with anybody though.
Right. Like I've given them, I'm just saying that you become a little more enamored. Like a case in point, and now I'm going to sound like a jerk.
You already do,
I know
so
we have
go
to
ahead.
go to break, but the whole Eddie Vedder thing. So Eddie and I are friendly. We're not friends. I don't have Eddie's number. I have his assistant's number. So when we were in Chicago, Eddie was there as well. And I also have the hockey player Chris Chelios. He and I speak, and so they were hanging out. And I said to Chris, because I could see them from my seat to where they were in Chicago, and I said, hey, dude, what are you guys doing after? Let's get together. And he said, yep, let's go to Murphy's, whatever. But Eddie doesn't. It isn't like Eddie's texting me, So in a situation like that, I don't know, like with him, we're not really friends. We're friendly. If I see him, I would hang out with him.
Well, you're not friends because you don't have his number.
Then that does it.
That does it.
All right, so we're just, there you go. You just determined what
He doesn't not like you. You're just not friends.
Is that the determination that in order to
well, I would
be,
think that
I
would think that if you wanted to talk to somebody and be part of their life, then you would exchange numbers,
okay.
and you would make an effort.
Sounds
right.
reasonable.
Because what's funny is that I get info about him and to him always through his assistant.
Right. He doesn't like you, but I do.
I wouldn't say that.
And we're on that note, we're gonna have all these people listening that like you come back after the break to listen to a little more Miggs and Swig. We have a cat named Mo. We'll be right back.
JoJo, you're having all sorts of issues there.
I sure am.
Hey, everybody. Don Miggs and JoJo. We have handcuffed and gagged Ben Swig and Lisa DeBartolo Miggs.
Oh, I thought we were starting a new segment here.
Yeah.
Being and gagged.
Well, my wife she woke up today here in L.A., and I don't think she drank too much or anything, but she's just like, I don't think I could do the show. I think she's just tired. We're fortunate enough not to have the kids with us these couple days, but we're going home tomorrow. And I could tell you this, not having the kids in the house reminds you what it was like when you didn't have kids.
That'll do it when they're not there.
Running around all naked, be farting in the living room, and no one's in the house. Because usually if the kids are there's always someone. We've just not had anybody around, which has been great.
That's nice. You deserve that every now and again.
We deserve it way more than every now and again.
Well, that's by choice.
But really, yeah, you're right. The thing I wanted to get to, we have a wonderful guy who I do consider a friend because I have his phone number, and that's a cat named Mo. How are you, Mo?
I'm doing good. I have his phone number as well, yes.
Yeah. We are friends.
Yes.
We're all friends here.
Absolutely.
So, hey, can I tell you who's staying in my house starting tomorrow for 1 month? And he is a friend because I have his email. And I have his phone number, and he called me yesterday.
I'm going to be out there next week. I want to go and stalk.
Mick Fleetwood.
Oh, stop it! Wait a minute. Mick Fleetwood is staying at your house next week?
He's going to stay here for the week. He's going to stay for a month while Fleetwood Mac are doing a new record, which is pretty cool.
Oh, absolutely.
That's rad.
Yeah, we were talking about my love and your love of Lindsey Buckingham and his guitar playing, yeah.
Huh.
He's so unbelievable. So Mick's going to be here for a month, and it's kind of cool. But I have his number, so you know what? Eddie Vedder?
Yeah.
But, hey, by the way, when I saw Eddie, he immediately is like, Don, hug, the whole thing. So we're
that's a friend.
You're friendly.
That's a friend. Sometimes you have friends where you don't get around to giving them your number just yet.
I don't know. You know, the thing is, I get it. He doesn't want to give me his number because no matter what, he's still Eddie Vedder. And he probably is like, I mean, what if this guy texts me 6 times a day? Like, he just doesn't want it, I guess. I guess we're not friends. We're just friendly.
You're just
Thank
friendly.
You,
You're welcome. Glad I could clear that up for you today.
All right. Well, you know who is a friend because I also have his number, and that's Jamie. And before, Jamie was telling us that he wears a kilt, and he wears it the real way, which is you wear a kilt and you don't wear any underwear with it.
You wear it properly. It's right.
And so I was just wondering, Jamie, because I know as a male, I do have a little bit of thing. It's a little drippage. I do a drip and drop.
Yeah.
And Joe was saying she does too. And we were sort of during the break saying that's why you might want to wear underwear. But Jamie, you're here to tell us that what happens when you drip? Like if you're standing there after you pee and you look down on the ground, is there a drop and you just rub your foot over it so no one sees it? What happens?
Well, no, first off, I'm doing it because I'm marking my territory. I don't want anybody else using that urinal.
Okay.
No. What you do is you just, give it a little shake, and if there's anything else after that, then that's what the kilt's for, just to absorb it. It just,
all the pee on the leg.
It's kind of like a flamingo. They pee on themselves to cool you.
You should just safety pin a thin little towel on the inside of your kilt that you can just dab with a.
Oh, so now that's just weird.
Or you could just stand there next to 5-10 seconds and wait.
Or wear underwear.
Or wear underwear.
No, that's not going to happen.
You wonder why I stopped wearing white underwear is because you don't want to have that little drop every now and then goes and you get the white underwear. There's a little stain.
It gets stained, yeah.
I will say this. If you're over 25 and you haven't switched to black underwear, your thought process is not all together there. No, if you're over, literally, if you are over 25 and still wearing tidy whities, then you're making bad life choices.
And still living at home with your mother.
Yes.
JoJo, so you are an advocate of underwear for that reason?
Well, what I was saying was that women's bodies.
Tell me more.
They have like a cleaning process that they go through, so you tend to leak.
Oh yeah.
So you should wear underwear. I don't know why women go without.
Joe, what are you wearing now?
Underwear.
What kind?
It's like they're like plum and colored thongs. I only wear thongs though. I don't know how people wear full bottom women wear full bottom underwear.
Whoa. Do thongs take care of the issue? Aren't you leaking out the side? I know.
What? When was the last time you looked at a woman's body? What do you mean leaking out the side?
Yep, comes out the side.
No, I mean, does it always stay?
I tuck my penis, Don. It doesn't go out the side.
I'm going to have to extricate myself from this part of the show.
It's going to be tough to transition to what I wanted to talk about.
Which is your children?
Yeah.
Cool.
From you and your penis to talk about my kids. I'm completely flustered now. But what I was saying about not having the kids, the best thing is I don't hear them fighting, because that part drives me a little insane because they're constantly arguing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out, and I was talking about it actually last night, how to, and Mo, you may have some advice here too, and Jamie, how to engage less when they're conflict resolution, letting them do the thing on their own, right? Because they're going to argue.
Yes.
And I sometimes will say something before I let them sort of play it out. So the other day, actually this has been now, it's been 2 months, but I was just thinking about it last night. Jasper's really good about telling Milo. Jasper's my younger one. He's 5, Milo's 7. And Jasper adores Milo. Milo can do no wrong. Milo can knock him down a flight of stairs. And if I yell at Milo, Jasper will come after me. Just the way it works. But Jasper was doing something. Milo kept hitting him with a sword. Just kept hitting him. And Jasper kept saying, "Don't hit me again or I'm going to hit you."
Fair enough.
Kept doing it. "Don't hit me again or I'm going to hit you." Said it the third time. I heard this part. "Don't hit me again or I'm going to hit you." Now I go and I'm doing something else and I hear, "Ah!" It's Milo crying hysterical. "He just hit me." So I grabbed Milo. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he hit me in the face. He punched him. And Jasper's like, I told him I was going to. He got upset. Milo's upset. So Milo goes upstairs. So Milo goes upstairs, is in his room. You would have thought that he got, like Muhammad Ali took him out. That's the way he was acting, you know. So he's in his bed crying. And I hear Jasper just comes walking up. And now Jasper's completely calm. And I'm sitting with Milo. I'm like, "But Milo, he did say." And at first I yelled a little at Jasper. You keep your hands to yourself. And then as I'm thinking this through, I'm looking at Milo. And I could see he's obviously not bleeding. Nothing's really wrong. And Jasper's sitting on the bed, and I turned to Jasper, who's just staring at Milo, and he said, "I told him I was going to hit him. I told him to stop or I was going to punch him." And Milo freaks out. Jasper, as calm can be, was like, "Look, I'm 5. The rationale is this. I gave you 3 warnings. You didn't listen, so I punched you." So I want to know, what do we think? I don't really yell at Jasper for that, right?
No. I don't think. Well, I'm going to sound like a horrible person. I don't think that you should have consoled Milo the way that you did, because he was instigating. He was asked to stop. He didn't respect those wishes, and I don't know if it's counterproductive, but I feel like he should have been more reprimanded because.
Well, I did
he's
after
the
that.
Yeah, because he's the older brother and he knows better, and he's supposed to be setting the example.
Well, I say that because Mo did bring up about the older brother is supposed to take care of the younger, and
absolutely. But I agree with JoJo. I think they both learned an abject lesson there. One learned that if someone warns you enough times, you better listen to them.
I wouldn't have given 3 warnings.
And the other learned that sometimes people don't heed warnings, and you just gotta thump them.
Yeah.
I think they're both great life lessons.
Yes.
Okay, so I should advocate that going forward.
Yes.
Self-defense.
I may have made both. I may have made them apologize. Just apologize.
Yeah.
But and then so that as brothers, no matter what happens, at the end of it, you're brothers.
And that's all they got.
Squash it, yeah.
Well, and I think too, I mean, because my sister and I were closer in age, and I know we've talked about this before. She's 2 years younger than me, and she was always getting to do everything that I got to do. But I wasn't, I had to like wait, I had to wait to be, so old before I could go places by myself or stay out till a certain time. And she was just always able to do it if I was there.
Right.
So it always like frustrated me that I didn't get to have my own for a little while. So I don't know necessarily sometimes if Milo feels that sense of like, my brother's always here and he's always with me and he gets frustrated. But at the same time, I think it is good. My mom didn't always respond when we would fight. It was like, okay, all right, you guys are doing this. And then when she wouldn't react to me getting hit by my older brother or my sister or whatever, it was like, well, shoot, I don't want to do that if they're not going to get in trouble.
Right.
If there's not something in it for me, then what's the point of doing it? I'm only going to get hit in the end.
Right.
So you kind of stop it's like a bully. When you don't pay attention to a bully anymore, they stop bullying you because it's not fun for them anymore.
Yeah, and you need to stand up for yourself. But the other thing with kids is I told Milo and Jasper, you are your first best friends. And hopefully you're going to be your last best friends.
They have each other's phone numbers?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, cool. They're good then.
That hurts. So figure it out. I said, when Eddie Vedder and I are hanging out, and actually we're not really talking to each other. He has assistants between us. But I mean, when we're in the same room, no, that's not nice. You keep bringing back Eddie Vedder.
I didn't say that. I was just.
I mean, I have Mick Fleetwood coming to my house. I'm kind of a big deal.
That's what I'm saying. You have his phone number.
I do. Can I tweet it?
No.
Oh my
then
God.
I think it ends friendships. Does that usually
your
ruin
life?
a friendship?
Maybe it'll end your life.
Let me tell you how this has to happen. This has to be Mick, Mig, and Mo, and that's it. We got no room. We got no room for anybody else.
Wow.
So just tweet me his number.
Because you have no one following you.
You're like,
You're like,
who is this? Okay,
I like that. That'd be a
number.
fun little show.
All right. Well, we always want Joe at the end there.
Okay.
I do think
Thanks.
you did the right thing with your sons. I think you did.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, kids will work it out. I mean, that's the thing about kids as opposed to adults who get set in their thought process and have no room for growth. Kids, it's just a natural part of development. And I think, again, they both learned a lesson, and I think you handled it right.
Hey, Mo, do you find that you have trouble sometimes with your kids where you're not the coolest, where like they'll think Uncle Jimmy's cooler, or like one of your friends, and when that person comes over, they want to hang out with that person as opposed to you?
Not with my 7-year-old. That happened with my 14-year-old. I was away doing radio in Columbus, and I would come down on the weekends, and so his uncle kind of was there to do all of the cool stuff, and there was a time when I would see that he would like wrestle with him and so forth, and he kind of looked at me as the disciplinarian, and yeah, I did get that a little bit. Now I'm actually starting to have a better relationship with my 14-year-old in a different context than I was able to have when he was younger, because I was just away so much in that period.
Do your feelings get hurt if somebody takes to you? Is that what you're going?
No, I'm just wondering because I know that Jasper, my little one, he'll tell you he doesn't like people telling him what to do. He has a real problem. He's 5. He's like,
I'm the same way.
I said, do you like school? Yeah, but they tell me what to do, so I don't want to go. So he doesn't do karate. I said, why aren't you doing karate? Because they tell him what to do. He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if you had that sort of issue, because sometimes there are people who they'd rather be with than me when it's just doing fun stuff. But what do I know? I could use therapy. We could do that in another whole other show.
You're always going to have questions. You're never going to get it right. It's never going to be perfect, and your kids are going to get hurt, and they're going to mess up, and they're going to do dumb stuff, and you just learn from it.
I think there's a period where the children pull away from you, but then they come back to you. If you're a good parent, absolutely.
Well, that's what my children did with me.
I think we're going to have to pull away from the show very soon.
I know.
Right?
We're just about
Jamie,
done.
We're going to do our 20 seconds.
Absolutely. You want to go?
Let me ask you this first. I know JoJo is going to say, can you hang for a break?
I can hang for a break.
Okay, because what I want to do is I want to go down the list of rock and roll inductees for the Hall of Fame, and I want us to discuss whether we think they're worthy. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I think I might have a different opinion than you on whether they should get in right at the moment. So this will be interesting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Okay. Now go ahead.
Who's going first?
Okay, since you're out in L.A., we're going to have you go first. So
Okay.
you got 20 seconds on the clock. You have to go exactly 20 seconds. You can't go short. You can't go long. And 3, 2, 1.
All right, I'm coming to the conclusion that maybe there is a God. Well, not a God, but something more than me, and I'm finding some weird comfort in that lately. And if there is a God, would he please ensure that Trump doesn't win? Because watching the debates felt a lot like trying to parent my boys. The amount of "I know you are, but what am I" moments scared me so very much. I had something else to say, though.
You could use my 20 seconds.
Because I don't think JoJo has anything, so we're going to go to a cat named Mo because he can just improv it, being the professional that he is. 20 seconds on the clock, Mo, and go.
I'm coming back from Busch Gardens Hollow Screen. We broadcast live out there last night. It's 11:25. It's the one time I'm going past a Popeyes fried chicken, and it's closed. Popeyes, you know black people don't even get the party started until about 12:15. Stay open a little later, you jackasses.
You got to know your customers. You're right on there.
Know your customer base.
Hey, white people like fried chicken too.
Yeah, but not at 12 o'clock on a Friday
No, we like
night.
it at about 4:30.
Yeah. All right, and wrap up the show, JoJo.
I have a hard time with people telling me what to do, much like your 5-year-old son Jasper. But this, in the case of abortion and pro-choice, pro-life, it is my body. I don't think anybody should tell me what I can and cannot do with it. I think we should all have enough common sense to make the best decisions for ourselves and our children.
Good. Close enough.
JoJo, that was your best one yet, and I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you got that out because I did really want to.
It really
go through
bothered
that.
me this week.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
But you haven't bothered me today. I had a lot of fun doing the show with you today.
Thank you. I love you so very much.
I
And
love
thank
you.
you
I
for your
miss Swig.
boob
I miss
shots.
Lisa. But Mo and you
Let's be honest. No,
make me
we don't.
feel good.
You two know you're going to be on the air in just about another 5 minutes. With
All right. Well, hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Miggs and Swig.
Yes.
We will see you next week. Take care.